What's going on, dude? Welcome to the channel. My name's Hillbill. I'm out here living in my van. So I travel by motorcycle primarily, and I just got a van. I travel the United States, and I go around from campsite to campsite and just kind of find cool stuff. This is a free campsite. You can stay here for 14 days. It's outside of Silverton, Colorado. Pretty cool little spot. Just getting ready to make some dinner, crack a cold beer, and get started with the day. It's 5 o'clock, so why not get a good little beer going? This weekend, there's a motorcycle rally down in Durango, Colorado. It's called the Four Corners Motorcycle Rally. I just got back from Sturgis and had an awesome time at Sturgis, guys. That was one of the best Sturgises I've had. So I've always been riding Harleys for a long time, and I've been going to all these rallies and traveling for months at a time and camping on motorcycle, and I saw these dirt roads that I've been missing out on. So I got a dirt bike, and I brought this with me. So I've got my van. The dirt bike goes right on the back of the van, and we're just trucking along. We're going to the Four Corners Motorcycle Rally, and then after that, I'm not sure exactly where. I'm thinking we'll go to Moab, if it's not too blistering hot. And then I want to do like a big national park run, right? I'm thinking like Zion, Grand Canyon, all the good ones. By the way, if you guys haven't seen my channel before, step one is always has been establish shelter, and step two is always a cold beer. So here's a step two. This is a IPA by Stone Brewing. It's pretty good. Actually, it's really good. We're gonna pop in here and make some dinner here in a second. Where are you guys from out there? Come on, let's get the dialogue going. Talk to me. I'll talk back to you. Let's figure this out. This is my first time ever going live, by the way. Let's show you guys what's in the fridge. Let's do a little fridge check here. We got some eggs. We got some veggies I cut up. That's going on the grill. We got some meat. That's going on the grill. We got a couple beers in there, obviously. Meats, cheeses, and pasta salads and stuff like that. I'm getting fat out here, living on the road. I've been on the road for, I've been half-time in it, living out of my Harley and out of my saddlebags for about 3 or 4 months at a time. I've been doing that for about 4 years, I guess. But I've been full-time in now only about 5 months. If you guys aren't sure how to make that happen, there's one really easy way. Get in a huge fight with your girlfriend and break up. That will limit your options substantially. And it actually, I guess it expands your options a lot. And it allows you to go do basically anything that you want to do, which doesn't suck. All right, we got some comments coming here. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. Softball Queen, what's shaking? I am doing awesome. If I was doing any better, there'd be two of me, and I don't think the world can handle that right now. So people are just climbing in the room. So for you late guys, let me tell you what I'm doing here. My name is Hillbill. I travel the country. I usually travel by Harley Davidson, but I picked up this bike because I've done all the highways, I feel. And every time I'm riding around, I see all these awesome dirt roads. And I'm like, God, I wish I could make it up that. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do now. My YouTube channel is all about motorcycle camping, travel, and adventure. Except now, I have this van that I kind of built out, which is working out pretty good for me. It makes me lazy, though. I got a TV in there. And so I got a TV and a Tempur-Pedic. And so I tend to spend a little too much time laying down in that bed. I'm getting fat. I'm getting a biker belly. I'm finally earning my biker belly. Let's see what else we got going on here in the chats, guys. Yeah, WR450, dude. It's a 2018. So I've got a Harley Davidson Dyna. I've got a 2017 Dyna, and I've got a Ultra Limited that I love. And then I go down to Mexico every January, and I come back around April, and I just live out of my tent down there and just Hey, they do it up here, so I'm going to do it down there. You know, and it's fantastic. And I got a 2024 10 Race 700, and that's been a great off-road bike, but it's really tough for some of this really, really steep, nasty mountain stuff. So I bought this WR, and I love it, dude. This thing is a monster. I forgot how fun dirt bikes are. I haven't had a dirt bike in like, I don't know, 15 years or something. It's been a while. Brian, Lone Wolves on Wheels. I guess I could leave. I guess I could leave my wife and my house on my mountain and quit my job. You can afford to be homeless, man. It's a lot easier. Listen, it's cheaper than having a house. It's more affordable than having a house, buddy. I'm eating like a king over here. I got all kinds of steaks and good beers. Don't cry for me, dude. Let me tell you that there's nothing better than doing whatever you want to do. Like, there's just, I wake up when I want to wake up. I go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. I just, you know, it doesn't suck. Let's see who else we got going on here in the chats. Oh man, we got all kinds of little. Like, this is my first time doing a live, by the way. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna get my cooktop here set up. I'm gonna get started on making some dinner. I'm gonna halfway cheat. I made 2 pounds of, what is it? It's not carne asada. What's the Mexican pork one? Somebody out there's got to know what it's called. What is it called? It's like a seasoned pork, Mexican seasoned pork, whatever. That's what I'm going to call it. It's Mexican seasoned pork. We're going to get started on that. I'll show you guys my van real fast. Super messy, by the way. Super messy. So I got my fridge here. It's all my basic storage stuff. I've got my Starlink up top. This is a really bitchin' awning. Here, let me show you guys this thing real fast, dude. Because this is what makes the whole van work, really. I know I'm sidetracked, but I got to show you guys this. This is just too rad, dude. So this awning wraps all the way around the back of the van. And it's been raining a lot up here in the last 2 days. And so this guy wraps all the way around and ties in back here. And then it has LED lights under the bottom of it. So when it's raining, I'm not just stuck in the van. I can still get out here and do cool stuff. Like, dude, how awesome is that thing, man? And then providing the shade from the sun when it gets super hot. Such a necessary part of my whole kit. Hey Brian, by the way, you're late for the step 2, buddy. I already had the step 2. For those of you guys that don't know, haven't seen my channel before, step 1 is always established shelter, which firmly established. Step 2 is a cold beer. That's the daily routine. Step 1, step 2. See what else we got going on here in the comments. Carnitas, that's exactly what I was thinking of. My man. Oh, you did see the step 2. All right, well. There'll be a step 3 and a step 4 here in a second, dude. You know what? So, I got this beer the other day. I was going to show you guys the van. That's what I was going to do. So, I got these LED lights. These little guys pop in. Tempur-Pedic mattress. Here's like my TV. Refrigerator. My coffee pot. This is a diesel heater, and it's so necessary, man. It gets so cold up here in these mountains at nighttime. And it's set up on a thermostat. So I can set like my house. I was going to say my room, but it's kind of more like a studio, isn't it? I can set that up at like 64 degrees, and it'll keep it at 64 all night long. I got this beer because it was on sale, and I'm cheap. And this is it. What is it? It's Goose Island. And I got this whole mix pack. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this. I tried 2 so far, and look, all beer is pretty good, right? Except those ones. Those ones, they're not that good. I've been having a tough time trying to convince myself to enjoy those. I'll show you guys some of my little organization stuff I've been working on. So I just put these little drawers up, and there's nothing in them. That's why everything's all strewn about. But I got all my cook gear in this neat little hippie bag, right? So it's like my spatulas, my spoons, my forks. And then this little box is like my dry goods bag. So my goal is, before Friday, before the beginning of the Durango Four Corners rally, I want to try and get this thing organized. Because it does give me a little bit of anxiety. When you got a clear path to get to your coffee maker, yeah, the living quarters are a little tight. My cook rig, I just got this little propane single burner, and that's all you need. I've got a, so in the back here, this is my kitchen, and it's got, you know, like all my other pots and pans and stuff that I really don't use that much, and then this is my just full of tools. I have a 17-inch Blackstone grill, and I've used it, I don't know, like 3 times in 5 months. So I think when I get back to Northern California, I'm going to get rid of that thing, and I've got an inflatable paddle board that's going to take that place. That's just going to be a much better use of that space. We're going to cook some carnitas, and we're going to have another beer. Oh, let me show you guys a little camp while this pan is heating up on me. Better throw my carnitas in there first. Then I'm going to show you guys the camp. But it's a pretty awesome camp. I'm 2-3 miles from Silverton, Colorado, which has the highest Harley-Davidson store in the United States. It's like 9,600 feet or something. It's a completely free camp. Sits right on the river. You can stay here for free for up to 14 days. Let's show you guys a little river action. This is pretty cool. So the reason the water looks muddy is it's actually rust. So there's a bunch of iron up in these hills, and it oxidizes. It looks like that. So it looks pretty ugly, but it sounds pretty cool when you're trying to sleep. I only have 2 neighbors in this camp. I have a neighbor that showed up last night, kind of a rowdy dude. And he's right over here, about 100 feet behind me. And then there are these guys over here about 100 feet to the side. So it's a pretty good camp. You can walk around in your underwear if you wanted to, which I usually do. You guys have any questions about the van life or living on the road, how to find places to live for free? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. And then we're going to try one of these terrible beers, because I got a sneaking suspicion that every single one of them is going to be a terrible beer. I use this app called iOverlander. It's like $6 a month, so it's pretty cheap, and it has thousands and thousands of places you can sleep. Now, I don't mind just sleeping in a parking lot or just pulling off on a dirt road somewhere, but sometimes it's kind of nice to have a fire pit and a place where you can sit around the fire and not have to worry about the sheriffs or park rangers coming up to get you. That's where these kind of places really excel. Oh, this is looking good. Look at this already. Look at that, dude. Oh, yeah. We'll cook with a fire. I got like an orzo salad and stuff we're going to have. What's up, Delaware? Delaware's in the house. Dude, you know Delaware is one of the states I've never been to. I've traveled almost every state in the U.S., but Delaware so far has escaped me. How do I afford it? Well, I did a few things. I um, I paid off all of my debt, so I don't have a car payment. I bought this van for like $5 grand. I built it out. I paid off my Harleys, um, and then I did some work. I do some editing work for Russ Brown motorcycle attorneys, and then I travel around and I interview people. Like I just interviewed, well, not just, but I interviewed the guitar player for Guns N' Roses, Gilby Clarke. So I interviewed him, and then I worked with Dixon Flannel, uh, Biltwell Helmets, Legend Suspension. I worked with a couple different motorcycle companies, V-Twin Visionary, and then some of the Harley-Davidson rallies. The Buffalo Chip just took care of me, and now I'm going down to the Durango Four Corners rally. And so I've got a few million views on my YouTube channel, and so these guys are kind of to give me a couple $100. Like Dixon and some of the other companies, they pay me monthly, which is fantastic. And then when I go to the rallies, I wound up making, I don't know, I made $600 at Sturgis for the Buffalo Chip, which, you know, that's not big money, but that's more than gas money. So, and you know, everybody has to have little sneaky ways of making a little bit extra money. Like, you know, in order to survive, I think like this, I think you need a few different sources of income, right? So, I'm not going to give all my little secrets away, but you can also go to the motorcycle rallies, and they are always looking for people to help do setup and tear down. Oh, this is looking really good, guys. They're always looking for people to do setup and tear down. And then if you can change a tire, you'll never go hungry, right? It's like if you're a cowboy, they say if you could mend fence, if you could fix fence as a cowboy, you'll never go hungry. If you could change a tire or do just simple motorcycle maintenance, you can make it all work out. My biggest expense is fuel. So when I first take off from home and I'm doing like 1,000 miles in a week or something like that, that gets pretty expensive, right? But if you needed to, you could stay out here for 2 weeks for free. You can go to the grocery store and get all the food and all the stuff that you need pretty cheap, right? You can eat for a week for 70, $80. So if you had to, you could do this realistically, $400 or $500 a month. I don't. I like beer. I like steak. I like good food. But I don't spend a lot of money. I save more money than I spend. I probably spend, I would say, I probably spend $1,500 a month living like this. And I go to the bar, pick up chicks, bring them back to the van. They're not as creeped out about it as you think. You know why, though? I'll tell you what the secret is, why they're not so creeped out about the van. So this side might be like the white side of the van, but I got like a little bit of a trick up my sleeve. I started to paint the van, and so I'll show them this side first. Right, that looks much better. That's not nearly as creepy as a white windowless van. You need a little color in your life. Let's check out some of these comments. No more new comments, huh? All right, well, fuck you guys too, man. Listen, this is a conversation. This isn't a one-sided thing. This isn't a TED Talk. I'm here to talk with you guys, not to you. Don't be bashful. Jump on in there. Ask a question. Say hi. Tell me you hate my hat. Oh, you know, let's check out this other beer. That's what we're going to do. Let's check out this Bubbles. I don't know what the fuck it's called. What is this thing called? Beer Hug. This is a terrible name. I don't know what I was thinking. It's a bear wearing sunglasses. I'm like, that's kind of cool, you know, like, that doesn't suck. But I had 2 of these beers yesterday, and they were terrible. All right, what do we have? This is Goose Island IPA, 7%. Let's crack this thing open. God, I mean, how awesome is that? We're at like 9,500 feet or something like that. But I've been up here I've been in the Rockies for like 3 weeks. So I feel pretty good. I feel pretty acclimated. Let's crack this thing open. I don't have high hopes for this. I gotta tell you, like they were terrible. Not like okay drinkable. They were bad. That's the best one I've had, but it's still not very good. It's tastes soapy. You guys ever had a soapy beer? Let's see. So my buddy Eric, he's got a channel, Twisted Life, and he's on his way up here. So I'm just trying to get him a job right now, and so I'm talking to the guy that owns the rally, Trevor Bird, awesome guy. I think he's gonna put Eric to work. You guys ever seen Twisted Life's channel? It's pretty awesome. He travels around. He lives full time on a Sportster with a dog. Like, that's not easy. That's not an easy move to pull off, man. All right, here's our dinner. We're looking pretty good there. I'm gonna grab a side, and we're gonna start noshing. It's kind of interesting doing the live thing, right? It's my very first time. What are we gonna do with a side on this guy? But I got inspired by Eric. What do we have? Got an orzo salad. That's what we're doing. So in 2 days, we're going to be in Durango, Colorado, and the Four Corners Motorcycle Rally is going to be going on. And I think it's one of my favorite rallies. It's just, dude, it's a good time. You don't get as many yahoos like you get at Sturgis. Brian, have you been there? Have you done the Four Corners Rally, buddy? Little orzo salad. Like 90% of my diet is meat. Every once in a while, like this is all my vegetable for the week probably. It's pretty bland, I gotta tell you. That looks good, dude. That's damn good. It's a blast, man. So, the Four Corners Rally, it's some of the best riding anywhere in the country. Highway 550 is called the $1 Million Highway, and it's just one of the best. Colorado, the Rocky Mountains is probably the greatest state for beautiful roads to ride on. Northern California is really amazing too, but I think Colorado just barely gets it by a nose. But the Four Corners Rally is awesome. They do it at the fairgrounds, and they have like a racetrack there. And so they do Harley Davidson dirt races. They have bands. Dude, there's just all kinds of cool stuff, and it's kind of like a real bikers rally. You go to Sturgis and you get like the dentists and the accountants that put on their clothes and they cosplay being like the biker for a weekend, you know. And I think at the Four Corners Rally, you just get like a more of a true brother, true brother instead of a brother. All right, guys. Well, that was my first live. I was expecting zero people, and I think I got like about 5 or 6. For those of you guys who just entered, my name is Hill Bill. I travel the country. Usually by motorcycle, but I'm currently living out of a van, trying with a motorcycle on the back. And that's been a pretty awesome deal. So thank you guys for joining. I'm going to eat this dinner, and I'll do another live. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if this was a success yet or not, but I made dinner and I had 2 beers, so it was a success for me. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.